First, then, the Russian embassy in Washington has fired back at the newly released Mueller report on Trump-Russia collusion. It published a hefty document with the heading Russiagate Hysteria, a case of severe Russophobia. It's a detailed rebuttal of the allegations made against Moscow and reaches the following conclusion.
The investigation didn't show any real evidence to back up claims of Moscow's cyber attacks and attempts to subvert democracy. All this time, Russia pointed to the obvious made-up nature of these insinuations. We call on our American partners to finally disavow these allegations and join efforts to repair the damage to bilateral relations for the sake of our peoples and global security.
After that report was released on Thursday, some Democrats renewed their calls for Donald Trump to be impeached, while Republicans insist the president was exonerated by its findings. Meantime, the media seems to be focusing on the division it's brought to U.S. society. And next, this Saturday, as Igor Zhdanov reports, that divide's been well fueled, of course, by those same outlets over this 2-year-long investigation.
Trump is a traitor. His cronies are abetting him in his treachery. And all of them are going to get what's coming for them. This promise started to resonate across the airwaves of mainstream American channels even before the Mueller investigation became a thing. And it started with this bombshell. Then Senator Jeff Sessions met with the Russian ambassador in the U.S.
The controversial Russian ambassador, Sergei Kislyak.
It's a shameful picture.
That is an open question whether there was collusion cooperation between Trump associates during the campaign and Russian officials.
Current and former U.S. officials say he's considered one of the Kremlin's top spies by U.S. intelligence.
Some U.S. intelligence officials believe he's more than that.
Breathing the same air with a Russian. You were supposed to destroy, not join them. There was no redemption for Sessions in the punitive eye of the media. Ambassador Kislyak overnight got promoted to the rank of super snitch. And now here comes the facts. The meetings were brief, public, and non-substantive. The Mueller team found no evidence of coordination between the Trump campaign and Russia in these chats. The once spy master deflates back into a boring, now former ambassador. The next scandal purported to reveal another despicable truth about Trump. Not only is he a liar himself, but he lures others into his web of deceit.
President Trump is facing new scrutiny today over a report that he told his personal attorney to lie to Congress about his business dealings with Russia.
We have breaking news tonight on the Russia investigation. Here's what BuzzFeed News is reporting.
More on tonight's bombshell report coming from BuzzFeed News. President Trump directed his attorney to lie to Congress about the Moscow Tower project.
Congressional Democrats calling for an immediate investigation, declaring that Trump must be impeached if the story is true.
This one was rock solid. The report claimed journalists corroborated the allegation with their own eyes and ears.
Your colleague said on CNN this morning that you were briefed on these documents.
I'll just say that we've seen documents, we've been briefed on documents, we're very confident in our reporting.
The revelation was unprecedented, but not in terms of factual value, but because the Mueller team made an effort to personally vaporize the claim.
BuzzFeed's description of specific statements and characterization of documents and testimony are not accurate.
What do you think happened next? Any ideas? BuzzFeed tucked tail? Apologetically deleted the article? No. Instead, it blurted out more letters and words and sentences explaining that while their initial reporting was incorrect, at the same time it wasn't. And you make sense of that. And the final gem, the infamous meeting between Trump's former campaign manager and the leaker-in-chief, Julian Assange.
Donald Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, held secret talks with Julian Assange inside the Ecuadorian embassy in London and visited around the time he joined Trump's campaign, The Guardian has been told.
The Mueller team paid so much attention to this possibility, it didn't even bother to look into it. Nowhere on its 500-plus pages does the report mention anything of the sort. And this is just barely a handful of all the bombshells and sensations and eye-openers nuked by the Mueller report. It's still out there, unfazed in arrogance, ascertaining their falsehoods.
There's really an organized campaign here involving the media, the corporate media, and the intelligence agencies. And the effort is to use even though the Mueller report found that this whole scandal, this whole pseudo-scandal, was much ado about nothing, they're now trying to use the report, the Mueller report, to increase the pressure on Trump in order to drive him from office. The behavior of the press is outrageous.